The girl has had the ability to move at the speed of light since birth. Her parents once thought she suffered from severe epilepsy, but in the girl's eyes, the whole world seemed to stand still. She was always faster than everyone else. Even drinking milk had to wait an entire day. Her father's speed couldn't keep up with hers. Communication became a problem. Experts were at a loss. They couldn't understand the girl's condition. As time passed, the girl grew up, but with it came an indescribable loneliness. No one could sync with her. She decided not to wait anymore, so she began writing down the things she wanted to say on sticky notes. Her parents would reply on a blackboard, but every time, she had to wait a whole week for an answer. Gradually, the girl thought of a solution. Since others couldn't be fast, she would slow down herself. She started calculating the speed difference between her and her parents. To her surprise, the gap was as much as 1,000 times, so she began deliberately slowing down to make herself like everyone else. As an adult, she was finally able to communicate with others. She found a job, and because of her exceptional talent, her boss quickly noticed her abilities. At double the salary, he moved her from the kitchen to a higher position. But one day, she met someone who made her feel less alone for the first time. At the hospital where she was born, another baby boy also had a unique ability. When he was born, his height was already 2 meters. His mother could hardly believe her eyes, but this was her biological child. The parents decided to ignore the world's judgment and took the boy home, starting a secluded life. As time went on, the boy's height kept increasing. 2 years later, he was nearly 4 meters tall. Every room at home felt cramped for him. To avoid him becoming a freak in the eyes of the outside world, his parents carefully hid him away, never letting him meet anyone. The boy learned about the world through comics and TV, but as he grew older, the house became increasingly small. Every time he needed to go to another room, it took great effort. One day, the boy finally broke through the doorframe in the cramped space. His parents realized at last that this house could no longer meet his needs, so they built him a new house in the yard. Everything was custom made to fit his size. For the first time, the boy felt no longer restricted. He was filled with joy for the new environment. He still passed time watching TV and exercised in his spare time, until one day, the boy couldn't hold back any longer. He secretly opened the curtains. It was his first time seeing the outside world. His eyes were filled with longing. That night, under heavy disguise, the boy quietly left home and went to a nearby park. At that moment, a few young people were having a gathering. One of them walked into the woods and happened to run into the disguised boy.